final account is prepared to know the gross profit, net profit and financial position, that is assets and liabilities of a business. Let's understand how to find out the gross profit. For finding out gross profit, we need to prepare trading account. I have already given you the format of trading account, in which we have seen that the debit side of the trading account we have all the expenses. And what expenses? Direct expenses. And in the credit side we have the direct incomes. We have the direct income. In most of the organizations which are trading concerned, there is sales. So sales is their direct income. And their direct expenses are purchase and other cost of purchases like carriage inward, also known as only carriage, freight, that is the railway carriage, then wages, that is the payment given to the remuneration given to the workers, and factory expenses or manufacturing expenses are also included in trading account. All these are direct expenses. Just as we know, in order to make profit, we just simply do what? Sale minus purchase or cost of purchase, we get gross profit. Similarly, in trading account, that is debited. We will be writing even the closing stock over here, and over here we will be writing the opening stock. Opening stock is the last year's closing stock which has been recorded over here. Whatever is left with us this year, that is closing stock. Trial balance is always prepared at the year end. That's why we write in the books of ABC trial balance for the year ended. Let's see one sum and try to see the sum on trading account. Prepare trading account for the year ended 31st March 2019 in the books of Messrs. S8. Opening stock is given, cash purchase is given, credit purchase is given, cash sales, return inwards, return outwards, carrying inward, wages, freight, cash in hand, fuel and closing stock. These are the things given and we need to prepare trading account. Let's see how to prepare the trading account. You see, we will be recording all the expenses in the debit side as well as opening stock in the debit side. Students, you must take the screenshot of the sum so that you can easily understand when I am solving the sum. The opening stock is 500. Opening stock 500. We write in the amount column 500. Then there is the cash purchases. So to purchase. Now cash purchase and credit purchase both is given. So we will write cash purchase. It is 1000. Then there is a credit purchase. On credit. Credit means you have not made the payment. You will make the payment little later. That is 5500 is the credit purchase. Total purchase 6500. Next item is cash sales. There is only one cash sales. So we will be writing buy sales. We will be writing buy sales. Buy sales. Buy sales account. How much? 9000 is the cash sales. Notice student, the purchase figure and the sales figure I have recorded in the particulars column only. If we draw the format, there is a particulars, there is amount, there is again particulars, there is amount. This is credit side of the ledger account and this is the debit side of the ledger account. Left hand side is the debit side and credit side is the right hand side. Next is return inward. Return inward means whatever we have sold the goods that are coming back. Return inward also is known as sales return. So return inward, less returns. You may write only returns, you may write return inward, you may write sales return also. It is 800. Then it is return outward, less returns. Over here also you can write return outward or purchase return, which is 500. Now this one is coming 6,000. All the negative figures we try to write in the bracket. Next is carriage inward. Carriage inward is nothing but to bring the goods you are paying the lorry charges. That is called carriage inward. And that is obviously a direct expense. Carriage inward for anything which you buy and pay the expense is direct expense. To carriage, carriage inward. Anything will do, carriage or carriage inward both. You can write anything you want. Wages. Wages is the next item, which is 2,500. Next item is freight. Freight is nothing but railway carriage. Freight is the railway carriage, the carriage paid to bring the goods from Gujarat to Bengal. Something like that. Then cash in hand. Cash in hand is neither an expense nor income, so it will not come. Cash in hand is just an asset, it will not come in trading account. Then there is fuel. Fuel is obviously used in the factory, so it is this place only, to fuel. How much is the fuel? 200 given in the sum. Next item is closing stock. Closing stock we need to write this side because it's the stock which is left with us. Closing stock. Closing stock is 3,000. There is no other item left. So our trading account is over. We will just simply add. The credit side is 11,200. Credit total is 11,200 and the debit total is 6,000 plus 400 plus 2, that is 9,700. 9,700 and 500 over here, so 10,200. 1,000. 1,000 is the balancing figure. We added this, the credit side, and subtracted all this. We got 1,000. You may simply add and then subtract from the total. As our credit side is more, so we have gross profit. That we will write to profit and loss account. Gross profit carried down. This way we have prepared our trading account. Now we will see how to prepare our profit and loss account. Before that, if suppose your debit total would have been more, then we would have got a balancing figure over here. That balance would have known as debit balance. This gross profit is a credit balance because credit total was more. That's why this 1,000 is a credit balance. If debit total would have been more, then we would have got debit balance, and that will be named as gross loss. Let's now see how to prepare profit and loss account. This is the sum, the trading account sum solution. You can take the screenshot while doing the sum. Let's see now the profit and loss account. So now we will be preparing our profit and loss account. In profit and loss account, we have to understand that it is prepared just after trading account. Over here we will be able to get our net profit. Over here, this side we will be writing all indirect expenses. We will be writing indirect expenses, unlike trading account where we have recorded direct expenses. And this side we will have indirect income. Like whatever we are selling, that is a direct income. But besides sale, if we have received commission, we have received rent, these are all our indirect incomes. So indirect incomes will be recorded this side. Indirect incomes. Let's see how we will do profit and loss account by doing one sum. So you notice that in this sum we have rent and rates 1,000, office salaries 1,000, printing and stationery 1,000, office and lighting 1,000, postage, telephone charges, audit fees, insurance, general expenses, all are 1,000. Discount is received 2,000, commission received 2,000, bad debts 1,000, carriage outward 1,000 and gross profit 30,000. These all items are given. I have intentionally taken 1000 and 2000 to make the sum easy. Moreover, you should understand the meaning of some items. Rent and rates is the rent or the rates which we are paying. Office salary is the salary to the office workers. Printing and stationery, that is the stationery or printing charges. Lighting, that is the office lighting. Postage, that means envelope charges and other postage charges. Telephone charges is there, that is telephone fee, telephone bill. Audit fees, to audit the accounts, we need to pay audit fee. Insurance, that is nothing but to pay the insurance premium, that insurance premium is this one. General expense or trading expenses are the indirect expenses. Discount received, we receive discount when we purchase goods, that is income to us. Commission received, just a simple commission we have received, that's also income. These are indirect incomes. Bad debts means some of the debtors have not paid the money to us, that is called bad debt. Carriage outward, that is nothing but selling expenses, the lorry charges to sell the goods, and the gross profit which we have got from trading account. As we are not preparing trading account, that's why in the sum gross profit is given. We will do this sum. Let's see this sum now. See the solution of the sum. All the items, the debit items we have recorded over here. To rent, to office salary, to printing and stationery, to office lighting, postage, audit fees, insurance, general expense, bad debts, carriage. We have recorded all. And gross profit also is recorded over here. We have got the discount received and commission received over here. Similarly, as we have done in the trading account, we are showing it over here also. 34,000 the total. 34,000 I have recorded because credit total is more. Credit total is more. Credit total is more, and then all the 1,000 we have recorded. We got over here 10,000. Subtracted from 34, we got 24,000. This is our net profit. So this is our preparation of profit and loss account. So after the preparation of trading account and profit and loss account, we need to, after the preparation of trading account and profit and loss account, we came to know about gross profit and net profit. That was first part of final accounts. But we also need to know from final accounts the financial position, that is the asset and liability position of the business. So we should know how to prepare balance sheet, the last part of final accounts. We will understand balance sheet by doing one sum. Let's see this sum. So this is the sum on balance sheet. This is the sum of balance sheet. In this sum, we have all the assets and liabilities we have taken in this sum. I tried to maintain in the debit side, the first column debit column and second column is the credit column as such. Now let's see how to prepare this balance sheet. To understand the balance sheet, we first have to make the format of balance sheet. Our first item is land and building, which value is given 20,000. You first make the screenshot so that while doing the sum you will not face the problem. Plant and machinery given 10,000. Next item is furniture and fixture. Furniture and fixture is 10,000. Balance sheet we are preparing now. Balance sheet is prepared on a particular date. That's why we write as on 31st/3/2019. This is the date of balance sheet. We have liability side, asset, amount, asset and amount. This asset is your debit amount. Over here it's a statement, that's why we do not make debit credit over here. This side is the asset, that is the debit balances, and we will be writing the liabilities this side, that will have a credit balance. Now land and building is the first item, 20,000. Plant and machinery 10,000. Furniture and fixture also 10,000. Investment is also 10,000. Stock next item is given 10,000. Debtors 10,000 given over there. Bills receivable also is 10,000. Yes, bills receivable also 10,000. Even cash in hand and cash at bank, they are also 10,000 each. Prepaid expenses is also 10,000. So just I have just put the names and the figures side by side. Then we have written the capital. Capital is given in the sum as 60,000. Net profit is given in the sum which is 10,000. And drawings given in the sum is also 10,000. Drawings we need to subtract. See, in the trading PL we have two items, purchase and sale, which the figures we have written in the not in the amount column directly. Similarly, in the balance sheet also, this is the only item which we will not write the amount column directly. We will not write the amount in the amount column because we have some calculations. Capital, add net profit, less drawings. So this is 60,000 coming. Notice students, drawings is always given in the debit column of the trial balance. So we are subtracting over here. While we will do the big sum, you will understand. Next is loan. Loan was given how much? Loan is given 30,000. And creditors 10,000 and outstanding expenses also 10,000. Here ends our balance sheet. If we will do the total of this, we will see that both sides the total will come the same, which depicts the double entry principle. That means debit side is always equal to credit side. It is checking our arithmetical accuracy also, that our debit total is always equal to credit total, which is coming how much? 1,10,000. If you will add that side, the asset side, this is also 1,10,000. So this is our balance sheet. Now we will do one complete sum in order to understand the entire chapter. Now with this complete sum we will conclude this chapter. In this sum we have taken almost all the items. We have mixed all the items. The trading item, the profit and loss account item, as well as the balance sheet items. Trading account, direct expenses is there, direct income is there, profit and loss accounts, indirect expenses and indirect incomes are there, as well as assets and liabilities, all are shown over here. One thing is important, students, in your exam you are mostly given a trial balance and from there you need to do a final accounts. It comes of 10 marks. Remember, closing stock never comes in trial balance. It is shown outside the trial balance. This 9,000 outside the trial balance is shown. If it is shown in the trial balance, then there is certain adjustment which is not there in your syllabus. You have only one adjustment, that is closing stock. Always remember, closing stock will be always shown at the minimum value. In this sum I have not written. Suppose closing stock's market value would have been 9,000 and the book value, that means in the accounts it is showing 7,000, then we would have taken 7,000 the value of closing stock. If opposite would have happened, suppose 7,000 the market value and 9,000 the book value, then again 7,000 only we would have taken, because we have to take always the minimum value as per the conservative principle is concerned. Let's do this sum and understand it. See, the first item, cash. When you are doing this sum, you have to first make all the formats together. You will be making the trading account and profit and loss account format, as well as in other page balance sheet format. When you are preparing the trading account format, it will look like this. The trading account and profit and loss account format is like this, and the balance sheet format is just like this. Now let's do the sum. So first item is cash, which is an asset. Stock, which is 2,000, asset. Then debtors and creditors, these are, debit side total is always asset, credit side is liability. Bills payable is a liability, that means it is 1,000, not 2,000, my student. It's not, bills receivable is not this one. Bills receivable is this one. Debit item, bills receivable is recorded because the asset. Machinery is an asset, wages is an expense, direct expense, furniture is an asset, drawings and capital, that we will need to take in the balance sheet. Loans, liability 10,000. Trading expense, it will not come in trading account but profit and loss account. Trading expense means selling expenses. They are recorded in the P&L account debit side. Then there is carriage. Only carriage means carriage inward. It's a direct expense. Stationery, rent, salary, bad debts. These are all indirect expenses. Bad debts means those debtors who will not pay the money to us. Then returns. Returns means purchase return and sales return. Debit total means, again, debit total means sales return. It is crisscross. Sales will be that side, purchase will be, sales will be this side, and Sales is this side, sales return is this side. Purchase return in the debit, purchase in the debit, purchase return in the credit. Remember students, it's crisscross and always subtract it. Now we will be doing this sum on the board, or we will be doing it over here only. Okay, we will do it on the board. So this is the complete sum, students. In this sum, I have taken almost all the items of our trading account, profit and loss account and balance sheet. If you will notice the first item, that is given cash. See the first item over here, the cash item, the amount is given over here as 5,000. Amount of cash is 5,000. Amount of cash 5,000. This is the item of balance sheet. So it will go in the asset side. In the asset side, this cash will go. Stock 2,000, that will also go in the asset side. Debtors 7,000 will go in the asset side. And creditors 4,000 will go in the liability side. Bills payable 1,000 and bills receivable is 2,000. See, there is a crisscross. Machinery 30,000 will go in the asset side, and furniture 10,000 will go in the asset side, and capital the 20,000 will be liability, less drawings 3,000 and loans is 10,000. Let's first do all this much items in the balance sheet, then we will proceed with trading and PL. So this is our balance sheet. As I have already discussed, first we will do the balance sheet. The first items were balance sheet. The first item was cash. This cash was 5,000. Then the next item was stock. This stock was closing stock, my dear students. Closing stock, which was given below the sum. 9,000 we have to take. Opening stock we will not take over here. Then there is bills receivable. Bills receivable is 2,000 given in the sum. Debtors 7,000, furniture 10,000 and machinery 30,000. This many figures were given, just I have put it from the trial balance. Next item was capital 20,000, I have recorded over here. Then drawings, less drawings 3,000 we have recorded. This item net profit I still didn't get, and I will not record it now, I will record later. Loans 10,000 was there, creditors 4,000 in the credit column, and bills payable 1,000 in the credit column is also given. We have recorded all the items except this net profit. This net profit, this item we will be getting from preparing profit and loss account. And to prepare profit and loss account, we need to get the gross profit, which we will get by doing trading account. So first now we will see the trading account items. Again, see the sum. All the items which I have marked red are the trading account items. See, even the opening stock is also trading account. I have not marked it red, I am marking it now. So this is also stock only means opening stock. So that is also your closing stock first item. 2 opening stock 2,000. 2 wages 1,000. Then 2 carriage 300. 2 purchase. Now purchase is given this one with second item as if. No, purchase will be always debit item 20,000. Sales is the second item 55,000. And purchase return is this 2,000 crisscross 20,000 this side purchase return opposite side, and sales return will be 1,000. Let's see this trading account now. So in the trading account we have to write trading and profit and loss account for the year ended. We have to prepare it on the year end, that's why for the year ended. So this trading account for the year ended 31st 2019. My first item 2 opening stock, then 2 purchase 20,000, less returns which was given in the credit column. We subtracted and wrote it over here. 2 wages, 2 carriage 1,300. Buy sales 55,000. Sales return was 1,000 which was in the debit column. Sales return was. Closing stock will only be recorded over here, which is the item which is given outside the trial balance. Opening stock was there in the sum. Then I added the credit total and I got this 60,000. This 63,000, that same 63,000 I recorded over here, added all the items. When subtracted from this 63,000, I got 41,700, which is my gross profit. I have to write to profit and loss account, gross profit transferred. To profit and loss account, gross profit transferred. Understand? I have to write to profit and loss account. So to profit and loss account, gross profit transferred or gross profit carried down. Gross profit carried down would have been better word. I should have written gross profit carried down. And to profit and loss account I should have recorded. To profit and loss account. To profit and loss account. So to profit and loss account, the balancing figure this is also called credit balance because credit total is more. This profit and loss balance we will be recording in the profit and loss account, the continuation, trading and profit and loss account. See, after the total column I have just recorded by trading account. The profit has come. Gross profit brought down. This is carried, this is brought. 41,700. Write in the small letters. I have recorded over here in the big. Gross profit carried down will become now. Gross profit carried down will become now trading account. So from here we are coming the total balance we have transferred over here 41,700. There was some item in the credit total. Buy rent was an income we have recorded over here. The debit total were salaries, trading expense, stationery, rent, bad debts. We have recorded all. You see the sum once. I have recorded all the items of which are indirect expenses in green color. Bad debt, salary, rent, stationery, trading expense. All these green color items I have recorded over here. See, same salaries, trading expense, stationery, rent, bad debts. So these are the items which we have recorded after preparing the trial balance. We have recorded it over here, the profit and loss account. And then we again did the balancing figure. After doing the balancing figure, that means 44,700 adding these two and subtracting all these items which are given over here, we got this 31,000 which is nothing but the balancing figure. This balance is known as credit balance and this is our net profit. We have to write to capital account net profit carried, net profit transferred, and this net profit only we transfer in the balance sheet as add net profit 31,000. And after adding this net profit with the capital and subtracting this one drawings, I got total this one 48,000. Just we have added all, added this side also, we saw that the balance sheet is matching. That means our sum at arithmetical accuracy, the debit and credit aspect of the sum is correct. Hope you have understand the sum. Slowly read, see the video and try to understand the sum first. This is the trial balance given. See, the trial balance is little difference. Particulars only, not only one side but both the side is given. Amount debit one side and amount credit the other side. Amount debit one side and amount credit the other side. This is our trial balance given. See, credit side all the credit items, sales, rent received, purchase return, creditors and capital account. And debit side all the expenses and assets are given. You need to prepare the final accounts. The closing stock value is also given in the sum. The closing stock value is 9,000 rupees. 9,000. You are required to prepare the profit and loss account for the year ended 31st December 2015. It can be March, it can be December. In this sum it is December. And the balance sheet on that date. This will be your homework, dear students. This you take the screenshot. 9,000 is the this one. Please take the screenshot of this sum and complete it. Thank you, students, for watching. Hope you have liked the video. Slowly see the video in the WhatsApp link. You click the link, don't see it in only WhatsApp. Like it and subscribe it so that I will get encouraged to do more number of sums and give you all more number of videos. Moreover, remember one thing, that because of the virtual class, we are taking these classes. Do it seriously, like it, and one more thing, that is give comments wherever necessary in the video so that I can improve myself. Thank you, students.